Hello, 3D animators. I wanted to make a short video about keeping things tidy and how to make folders, etc. You can tell this is the last assignment example I made where there's 3 different spaces for people to be hanging out. But you can see when I did all that, a lot of stuff showed in my hierarchy because I'm getting more and more objects in my scene. And that's just going to continue to grow. So one of the things you can do to tidy that up is to create empty game objects and use them kind of like folders for things. There's one, so I'm actually going to make a empty game object to hold all of these things just to kind of clean up this area. One of the things you want to make sure of, well, I'll show you first. So to make an empty game object, empty game objects are used for organization like I'm about to show you. They're also used to hold scripts that don't really belong, that don't really need to be attached to something. That's a few lessons off. We won't be scripting for a little bit. Anyway, I am going to right click here and I'm going to create empty and I'm going to click it and that will allow me to rename it. I did not double click, I just clicked once. And I'm going to write equipment. Now here's the important thing. I'll hit OK. Before I put anything in it, you want this to be set at 0, 0, 0. The reason you need that is because once I dump all the equipment into that, they're positioned in relationship to where the equipment empty game object is. So if you want, like for instance, this is positioned at 26, -6, 10. If the equipment isn't set at 0, 0, 0, when I move that into the equipment, that means that these numbers would be in relationship to where equipment is. So if equipment's at 0, then these numbers are accurate. Okay, and it's okay if you don't understand that. Just make it a rule to always zero out empty game objects, typically. Okay, so I just clicked bench, and now I'm going to shift and click the last piece of that list, and then I can just drop them right here. And you can see now this can be expanded and collapsed. So that makes for a much nicer hierarchy work environment. A couple other things I want to prepare. Right now for assets, we have really we have the scenes and you guys have whatever you imported to set up this scene. We're going to create a couple more. One of them is going to be called characters. So to create a folder within assets, right click on the word assets, go to create, go to folder. It waits for you to name it as soon as you click it. So we're going to type characters. And we're also going to need a folder for textures. And we'll also eventually need one for scripts. So I'm going to point to assets, right click again, create textures. And then I'm going to right click again, create folder scripts. So I haven't done a whole lot with this little video, but I am expecting you guys to do that. This is like assignment number 1 for week 3, is to add an empty game object to put all of your equipment in, or like props. You can call it whatever you want. Equipment made sense for me because I'm in a gym. If you want to call it landscape or features or objects, scenery objects, do whatever works. And then you're going to make a characters folder, a scripts folder, and a textures folder, which currently have nothing in it. And so when you're done with that, I will want you to snip it because you're going to put that in an assignment page. So there's going to be one assignment called Clean Up and Organize. And I will expect you to show me that your hierarchy and assets folder has those features. In fact, I'll outline them. So you have an equipment or whatever is suitable for your project name. So you have an empty game object there with everything moved into it. And you have a characters folder in asset, and you have a scripts folder in assets, and you have a textures folder in assets. So that's going to be one of your assignments. And I will come back and show you how to make characters. It'll be very fun. Okay. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.